I'm good, whenever. Yeah, good point. I guess under the circumstances with our program right now where we are, we talked about going through the process, not necessarily the results. But this was a good learning situation for our guys because we're not necessarily battle tested. And you saw us in the first period. I thought we were frozen. Just the big lights. We couldn't make plays. There was no poise. And guys were nervous. You could tell that. You could tell that. And obviously, they're battle tested. They're an excellent hockey team. They're fundamentally sound. And obviously, they were rewarded by a couple goals on some of our mistakes. And we talked a little bit about that. But I thought we rebounded well in the second period where we had some grade A's. I thought our grade A's were better than theirs in the second period. And obviously, it's been difficult for us to score. But if we convert on one or two of those, then it's a better game. You're not playing to catch up as much. But I guess I'm most proud in the third period, too, because obviously we were defending a lot. Our guys, there was no quit in them. And we're a young team. I think we got 16 freshmen on our team, haven't played at the Division I level. And I guess I'm proud of the guys, the way they hung in there and battled in the third period. Because games like that can get away on you. And they didn't. And, our goaltender played excellent. I thought we had to pull him off I think it was close to the 5-minute mark. Obviously, he got a lot of rubber on him here tonight, but he cramped up, and he could barely skate to the bench. And then we put Barwick in, and I thought he did a good job. But, we're still growing right now. It's kind of a restart year for us, but I'm just proud of the guys that we didn't quit because that's a good sign of a group of good kids that are certainly buying into what we're trying to build. Yeah, actually, we pulled the goalie 14 times this year. 14 times. So we've been in every game except maybe two. And that's why I said at the beginning of the year, it's the process of getting better. And I said to the guys after the game, I'm proud that we didn't quit, but we have to learn from this and take the next step. And that's going to help us in the second half once we get into league play. Obviously, we play our big arch rival tomorrow. It's a quick turnaround. We obviously are focused on that, but every step along the way, we're continuing to get better. We are making progress, and our next step is just we got to find a way to score and not play catch up all the time. So, just we got to continue to stick with it, learn from it, and continue to get better. Yeah, I thought both teams played clean. I think the refs just let us play. They didn't call any tiddlywink little calls and make it a special teams game. And these games after the break, anybody can win. They can't because you're just coming back. You probably get 3 skates. It's hard to get your structure in place. But I thought both teams did a good job of that, and they let us play. And there wasn't any dirty hits out there or egregious stick infractions. And it was just a good, solid hockey game, obviously. And credit to the refs. I thought they did a real good job. And our guys played discipline. They played discipline, and that's why you saw a lot of back-and-forth hockey there tonight. Yeah, you know what? I'm a big believer in the break for everybody. I think it's important to go back, and you guys would agree, to see your families and friends. You just need a release and a recharge, especially where we're at. And our guys, they needed it, and they were refreshed coming back, and their spirits have been high. And you know what? The coaches need it too, because we're on them every single day. We're with these guys more than our own children. So I think they had 7 or 8 days. It's no different for some of the other teams. You just need that to recharge or set yourself up for some success in the second half there. So I always think that's a good thing, both mentally and physically. And it allowed our guys to get back, and you know what? They're glad to be in an arena, glad to be back, despite our record. And we talked about continuing to get better, continuing to develop, learn from this. And the guys have done a real good job of that for the most part. it's going to come down to legs and energy. We got to have our legs. Otherwise, we're going to spend a lot of time in our zone. That's why our guys are in there hydrated. We got to get rested. It's a 3 o'clock game. And if we have legs, we'll have a chance. And if not, then we're going to have to defend a lot. That's usually what it comes down to. They got a longer waiting period. They're done early. And then obviously we're extended here a little bit late. So it'll be a good matchup. Hopefully we get our legs and we have a little bit of adrenaline. It's always a great game against Tech. And they're a great team. Obviously, they're first or second place in our division. They're a big arch rival and usually tightly contested games. Like I said earlier, I think I've watched a lot of them, and Nutty's done a great job building that program up. They're just so fundamentally sound. They do things consistently well over and over again. They've got good depth, they've got good puck movers, they have a plan in place, and they don't really deviate from that. They don't beat themselves, and that's a sign of a real good team. And you know what? Their goaltender played well. Their starting goaltenders at the World Juniors. You got to give him credit to stop some of those grade A's. But they're fundamentally probably the most sound team I've seen on video and teams that we played against. And that's a credit to the coaching staff and the players that he's got in the program right now. Absolutely. Yep, we got to learn that. I think earlier in the year we had an exhibition game against Michigan Tech, and it was sold out, and that's the biggest crowd that a lot of our guys have played in front of. So they had nerves at that game. Then they come back here, and there's like, what, 10,000 people? And our guys are looking around like this is the NHL. We were literally frozen in the first period, could not make a play. And we expected that as a staff, but we gradually worked through that. You don't want to let the game get out of hand, but I did think we spotted a couple goals on our own mistakes. But good teams do that. They capitalized on other teams' mistakes, and that's why they're a great program right now. Excellent. Just to go back so people understand, literally had, I got hired late, right? Everybody knew that. And we had 4 returning players with limited playing time. 4, that's it. So a lot of people didn't think we'd be able to field a team. I had to hire staff first. So we ended up getting 24 new faces in 35 days. That's it. So our job was to build the culture. We had a plan in place, build the culture with good kids. And we did that. And get out in the community, obviously, because everybody wants to form a partnership with the community, and they want to invest in it. And our guys have done a great job in the community. And the community really understands where we are at this program. And the comments that I get back and emails that I get back, and they know what our plan is they just love how we work. Okay? And tonight was an example of it. We didn't quit playing in the third period. They love coming in the rink. They know it's going to take time to get to where we want to get to. But what they do is they work and they compete. And now the goals will come eventually as we continue to develop, but it goes hand in hand. Community and culture, those are the building blocks, and then we'll go from there. Okay, thanks, guys. Have a good night.